go. Welcome to Michter's Monday here at SLB Drinks. I'm Kurt. This is Trenton. Dude, you brought this down here today. I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, these are one of my, I don't want to say all-time favorite, but I look forward to these. This is an annual release, the Bombergers and Shenk's annual release from Michter's. And I initially, when I kind of first started getting into bourbon, I just randomly stumbled across these at Pat's, like on the shelf. It was like 2018, 2019.
Back to Pat's.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I didn't know anything about it. So I think I texted you or Kent, and he's like, get both. And I was like, well, there's only the Bombergers here. I didn't know that Bombergers and Shenk's was a Michter's product to begin with.
All right.
But here we are. This is an annual release.
Yeah.
I love these. I try and get them every year if I can, and thanks to old Harry for supplying these to us. But
I apologize if you said this, but is this a once-a-year release?
Yeah,
I think
it's an
you
annual.
did say it,
Yep.
and I just want to make sure I get it in my head. I'm pretty sure that was the fact, but I know he's way more into the whole allocated and limited release stuff than I am, so I thought it was once a year.
Yeah. These, like I said, these are some of my favorites, and I really do think Michter's is probably up there, maybe top 5 for me in terms of distilleries. Their core line was fantastic. Their limited releases are fantastic. Usually not, well, Michter's 10 Rye and the bourbon are getting a little bit up there, almost matching secondary price from a couple years ago. So that bothers me. But I have every Michter's product except for the Michter's 25-year Rye, which go for about 30 grand on the secondary market. So I'm never going to be getting one of those. But
Wow.
I do love me some Michter's, and these are no exception. I usually like Shenk's more, even though the Shenk's is 91.
Yeah.
Where's it at? I just saw it. 91.2 proof.
Exactly.
And the Bomberger's is 108.
Yeah.
I believe.
Right. And you usually like the Shenk's better, huh?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Trent, I don't really dip into these that often. So at this point in time, in the video especially, I couldn't tell you which one I like more.
Well, let's find out.
We're going to roll with it because I truly don't know. We're going to start with a lower proof, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea, the Shenks.
Oh my God. Man.
I love a really nice low proof bourbon.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, in that 90s range. Like that.
Especially I think this is a sour mash. I usually, if I like a lower proof, the 9 times out of 10 I like the sour mashes the most.
Okay.
In terms of just a regular, like a Wild Turkey 101 or something. I don't think that's a sour mash. That could be. No, I don't think it is.
Not.
But I don't know. I think Michter's does really good stuff, especially with their low proof.
I can't disagree with you more. I'm very familiar with a lot of their lower end products. When I say that, they're about $45 these days, I think. But still, I believe them to be very, very good bourbon for the price.
Dude, give that an inhale. I know your schnoz isn't as good, but man.
Good thing your mom's not down here. It's good. It's good. To me, it has similarities to Wild Turkey with a little bit of a sweet and sour thing going on in here for me right now.
I get a really nice. There's a nice little oaky presence in there. I do get quite a bit of this really confectionery, sweet, almost like a cherry-ish kind of a note. Reminds me kind of more of along the lines of like a Maker's Mark or an Antique 107 Buffalo Trace with the sweetness on it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
into that.
The Antique 107, I can kind of vibe with that.
But it also gives me a little bit of an older vibe, like this is like a Dusty or something, or it's maybe it has a little bit more of a high age statement. I don't think this is age stated.
I wouldn't think so.
I don't think it is. It's probably 4 years, but
I know I'm pretty simplistic, especially on my aromas and the nosing notes. I'm getting some really wonderful caramel notes in there too.
Are you?
I mean, just loads of good caramel in there. Definitely a little bit of that oak that you were talking about. For some reason, I'm getting that little bit of sweet and sour thing going on.
Man, now you got me like sweet and some McDonald's sweet and sour sauce. Now you got me on it.
Not for me. Shame. Hot mustard went away. That's just terrible.
It did?
Yeah, we can't get it. Not in our area.
Look, if you're from McDonald's, if you work at McDonald's, please bring back the McBites. The spicy McBites, it was like popcorn chicken, and they used to have it in like 2008 and 9, maybe a little bit after that. But it was so good, and they just ripped it right out from under us.
Well, you know, Corey and I, it's one of my other sons, but Corey and I, we always got the hot mustard, man. They took it away.
Nasty.
Can't
hot
get it.
Mustard.
That's a big shame.
It smells like hot mustard. Okay, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
Wow. It's got a lot more of the raw materials that are used to, like, it's oaky and it's really kind of just raw. I don't get really much of the cherry or sweetness.
I don't either. I'm getting crafty vibes out of this for some reason.
If you know, Michter's is kind of, in my eyes at least, kind of shrouded in a little bit of mystery. If you look at the back, it says it's bottled by Michter's Distillery. I don't think the Bombergers or Shenk's is distilled by Michter's. And I know, at least I think I know, that the Michter's 10-year rye and the bourbon are also not Michter's own distillate. I think they just distill their core 4 lineup. So if you know, I don't know if some of this is like sourced by, Heaven Hill, or they just get it wherever they can, but this is different than the last year from what I remember. It's less sweet and
definitely less sweet. I'm getting more, Trenton, of exactly what you said at the front of the palate, kind of in the middle and the back. I'm getting kind of a baking spice thing, but not in a sweet way. I'm not getting a whole lot of sweetness out of this sip.
It's like if you made like a loaf of bread or a batch of cookies and you forgot to put sugar in it, but you have chocolate in there. So there's little hints of sugar, but you really gotta or a sweet aspect rather, but you really gotta pick it out of there. I
would say, and I know there's folks out there like this because I talk to them once in a while. They don't like overly sweet bourbons.
I'm getting more along those lines now.
Are you?
Yeah, I'll say.
I still like them sweet.
I like some sweetness, but something like this, I'll say I'm not as impressed as I have been with other years.
I agree with that. Yeah, but somebody that really not dislikes, but doesn't favor those sweet bourbons and whiskeys, this is something up their alley because there's some flavor there.
Oh, for sure.
Definitely a little bit of richness. No, I shouldn't say richness, and not quite robust either, but there's definitely a solid flavor profile there. I guess I'll go that route with it.
It's got really good bones. It just needs a little bit more of a little bit more zhuzh in it, I think. Let's see what this Bomberger's is like. I think both of these are either $99 or $109, if I remember correctly. And again, this is a once a year kind of.
So
release.
Right about $100.
Yep.
I don't think that's changed a whole lot through the years.
I don't think it has.
We talk a lot about, and it's bantered about continuously, and rightfully so, these days with inflation, but I don't think these have been affected that much by it.
Not as much as their 10-year lineup.
Sure.
Dude, that's almost double MSRP.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that these are staying about the same because I think they are. I would buy these all day for the price that you can get them for, at least on an MSRP kind of a standpoint. But this smells like this tastes. I'm not getting much of a sweetness on the nose either.
I'm rolling.
I'm searching
every time. If y'all see me behind this camera, I do a couple rolls and then I go right with it. But if you see me go back and roll, I'm just not really picking up anything substantial.
It's a very subdued nose.
Yes.
At least on this one, you got a really nice cherry confectionery type of a thing. It was up front in your face, bold. Yeah. But this is like this taste. There's just not a whole lot there on the nose.
No, I would agree with that.
Maybe if you watered down some molasses or something, because there's some vague sweetness.
A little bit of oak, a little bit.
Oak. It's pretty oaky.
Yeah. So.
YOLO. Ooh, actually, now that I give it another whiff, I get a little bit of a lemon. Lemon peel or something, some kind of acid.
Some kind of citrus.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, I like that. Have you ever had those the packs of the Fun Dip? You know what I'm talking about? You get that piece of chalk and you just lick the chalk and you dunk it on in there.
I haven't, but I've seen you eat many of them.
Yeah, so I actually, I don't know why. I think somebody sent me something, and they included. No, it was Tommy went to B.A. Sweetie in Ohio when we did our Ohio meetup, and he got me some a huge gift bag of candy, and there was Fun Dip in it, and I sent that for.
I bet you did too. I bet you did.
I didn't even use the stick. I just ripped it open and just chugged the sour stuff.
I can see it now.
It gives me a little bit of a sour, powdery type of a vibe. I do like the fact that this has a little bit of a sour note to it.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a sour note. But it's oaky also,
quite a bit.
A tiny bit of I'm still maintaining that baking spice note here too as well, because I'm not going to go caramel, toffee, a sweet molasses note. There's still not much sweetness in this.
Get out of here.
Just focus, bro.
It's right in my eyeballs.
Focus, dude. I'm still not getting maybe a little bit more here than this one, but not a lot.
I'm hoping these open up a little bit because I was really excited when I picked these up because they're just usually really solid. I'm kind of disappointed with these this year.
And I'm going to take back that baking spice note on the Bombergers and call it some form of an oaky note that's in there. And to be truthful, I'm getting a decent amount of bitterness towards the back end and into the finish. I
like the bitter, but
I have to be honest with you. I'm a bit disappointed on both of them.
No, I am also.
I'm just got to be honest.
I'm hoping they open up or something because on the nose, this would have been incredible if that transferred like it did. But man, these just aren't hitting. They just aren't hitting this year.
No, and it's not one of those whiskeys that if somebody poured for me, I go, oh God, I can't resist that bad. It's not that. It's not like that. It's just when you look forward to a yearly release and they're about $100 a piece. That's not super duper expensive in today's world, but also it's not cheap. That's for darn sure.
Definitely not.
So you pay $100 and you look forward to a yearly release, and it's kind of a letdown. Yeah, both of them. Again, my opinion.
I have, I think the 2022s at home, and I'm going to go home and let these open up for maybe a week and come back to them and see if there's any kind of a difference. I'm really hoping there is. I'm hoping that this picks up the nose that it had and translates to the palate, but I'm disappointed. I'm glad that I picked them up, don't get me wrong, but I am disappointed that they don't necessarily match up to previous years that I've been fortunate enough to try.
I've loved some of the previous years. There's no doubt about it. I took... What year was that I took to the meet and greet in
2021.
Ohio? 2021. It was really good, and it kept back on to this level, and I just gave the rest of it away. Yeah. A great bottle. Yeah, great bottle.
Let's see if this is...
These here just aren't, it's just not jiving with my palate today.
Yeah. And again, it could be something with since it doesn't seem like they produce this themselves, like maybe it's a sourced product. Sure. That the stock was low, whoever they were sourcing, and they're kind of like, I have no idea. But it's definitely doesn't match up to what it has been in the past. So yeah, if you have tried Bombergers or Shenks this year or previous years, let us know in the comments what you think. Yeah. And if you know a little bit more about the history of like Michters and where they're getting their product from, if they're sourcing, if they're making their own, because I know they have barrels at their distillery in Louisville. They have that little back thing, your bottle your own experience. So I know they have juice somewhere. Right. I just don't know if that's making it in things like this and what other products they're making themselves. So let us know if you know that too.
Yeah, please do, and especially if you differ in our opinion.
Yeah.
And I'd like to read that. Yeah.
I love that.
I'm always up for that. So, all right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Have a great week. It's going to be a great week, right, Trent? Oh, yeah. You're looking forward to your week, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. And we have a live stream this Friday.
That's what I'm talking about.
So don't miss that.
There next.
Is Kurt, or not, you're Kurt. Is Kent coming?
Kent should be able to come. His vacation doesn't start until the following week.
All right. Well,
so I will confirm that.
Kurt and Kent do not know what blind that they're going to be doing this Friday, but I do. So,
make sure I had an idea myself, so I need a scratch.
Well, we can talk about it.
All right. All right, everybody. As always, we ask you to please drink responsibly. See you next time right down here with Trent and me in a good old basement bourbon bar. See you later.